Nick, can I bother you for a second?
G'day, mate.
Welcome to my show.
Thank you so much.
Nashville Entertainment Weekly.
Sure is.
Seen worldwide on talkopolis.com.
Absolutely, I love it.
What are you doing here today? With a guitar in the middle of the street.
Well, we're in beautiful Green Hills in the Hill Center. I mean,
it's always 75 here.
Always 75 in the Hill Center.
It's like California.
It's a pretty cool little strip for those who are watching outside of Nashville, I suppose, who don't know it. But Green Hill's a great little place, and both you and I live around this area. And so we thought, let's come down here and have a little bit of chat about film, music, on Nashville Entertainment Weekly.
Thank you for that introduction. It was lovely. I was going to let you do the whole show. That was great. So tell me about this movie that you're in, or your music's in.
Yeah, sure. So one of the many things that I do is we produce music for film. So I have a company called the Nashville Imprint, and we were lucky enough to be working with the Baldwins, Daniel Baldwin specifically, who directed a film called The Wisdom to Know the Difference.
What did he want?
He asked me to do him a favor.
I have a job for you.
Is it illegal?
You understand the importance of this undertaking, Bob. It's personal. It could get very dangerous. I could give you men, money, guns, whatever you need to see this through.
What favor, Bob?
Oh my God.
If you get caught, don't call me this time.
So he got his brother in, William Baldwin's in it, Lou Diamond Phillips as well is fantastic, and as I say, we actually...
Lou Diamond Phillips was in La Bamba and Young Guns, so I like him in Young Guns.
Young Guns 2 is the best though.
Yeah, Young Guns 2 was a little better.
Yeah, I love it. So yeah, anyway, we did it, it's great. We just went to the Manhattan Film Festival and won the festival, which means it'll go across Manhattan Island to over 10 million people now. We also won Best Song in that for a song that was sung by Siobhan Magnus, that everyone can download on iTunes, called Wisdom. It was the title track.
God, give me the courage that I need to forget the things I've seen.
So we put all that stuff together, and I wrote a couple of songs for it too, so it's cool.
So you actually have music in the film?
Absolutely. We did the score itself, so there's a lot of musical stuff that way. And also, my business partner Michael Flanders and I wrote some other tracks, co-wrote some tracks as well, because we did the score and the soundtrack. So that's one of my goals, is to kind of bring back the soundtrack of the 80s that everyone loves so much.
The Greases, the Saturday Night Fever, the Footloose, yeah.
So
Animal House was a good soundtrack. It actually was.
Porky's.
Yeah. Porky's, I don't know about the soundtrack on Porky's, but the era was good.
It was really cool. So, I mean, we're thrilled to be able to be a part of it. And now we head this week to the Long Island Film Festival and then the San Antonio Film Festival after that. So, pretty cool. Yeah.
So you're excited?
I mean, I'm just really happy.
So everything's coming together for you, man.
Well,
I thought I was busy, and you're way busier than I am.
It's that old, thing where it's like a duck, nice and calm on the surface, and everything's going like crazy underwater.
Yeah, I get that.
I know that you're very much the same, but yeah, 3 songs on the radio in Australia at the moment. So back there as a recording artist, and doing music for film here, and then of course Talkopolis, which we do a bunch of stuff there. I host a bunch of shows and executive produce some stuff. So.
Well, let's talk about the Australian Idol, and that's all we're going to cover on that. But I want to know about that.
You always want to bring up Australian Idol.
Well, that's a big deal.
Well, it's true. It is a big deal, I suppose. So, had some success on Australian Idol, but it was a long time ago, back in 2008. But then from there, Australian Idol had actually shifted me across to our largest country music festival or show. It was kind of like a Nashville Star, but ours was called. It's like a road to Tamworth. So Tamworth is actually the sister city to Nashville in Australia. A little bit of knowledge there. And so I was a grand finalist on that and did really well as well. And that kind of moved me over to Nashville, catapulted me over here.
So it was all a stair step or steps?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because I've been independent the whole way. So when you're an independent artist, I mean, you've just got to take every opportunity that you can. And people bring up Australian Idol a lot, and I'm thankful for it because, I mean, it's a great business card, but I've always said, you know,
That doesn't define me.
to the haters though. I mean, if you were a butcher and there was one job left, I'd still line up down the street to be that butcher.
Yeah.
So it's just my personality, and I think that every musician should take every single, you know, opportunity that they can get to where they want to go to, right?
I think that I think you're kind of a role model though for what people do when they come into Nashville, which we're in, and people want to be in the music business, and they were on the top of their game. And I always talk about this. They want to come to Nashville and they want to be discovered, but they can do like you're doing. They can actually be an active participant in being discovered. They can get involved, and like you set up a couple companies here in town, and you're traveling the world. You're not just landing here playing somewhere. So.
Well, I think the interesting thing that happens with, you know, artists, creative people, is they define themselves by that. And just because you're a musician, you can be so many other things that are even sit in that musical category. But I think I was either blessed or cursed with an element of entrepreneurship. I don't know which way.
Yeah, you
yet.
definitely have that.
And so I just look for constant opportunities to be able to fulfill, you know, a creative outlet more than anything. But
yeah. I think it's cool, man. So I like it that you play music.
thank you, sir.
I like it that you have your Nashville Imprint and your Talkopolis.
Yeah.
And now you're in the movie scoring business. So anybody out here, any of my big filmmaker people that are watching, he has Nashville Imprint here in town. We're going to put his links up on the video where we can see it and contact him.
And the cool thing about the Nashville Imprint and the way we got into film is the way we support independent filmmakers, because I've been an independent artist and I know exactly how it works, and everyone wants a piece of what you're doing, and no one wants to go on this creative journey and create something.
But Nashville Imprint does.
Nashville Imprint absolutely does.
You'll take the ride, no guarantees.
Take the ride. I mean, and this is why we are even winning festivals and things like that, is because we bought, you know, local artists. Jen Bostic, who's a local artist here, is doing really well, especially in the UK. He's had a couple of #1s who can't get a look in at Nashville. I mean, so we showcase her music in it. So we want to, I mean, I've always said I'd rather stand halfway up the mountain with many than on the top by myself. So what do you think about
you and your quotes, man? Your quotes are so cool. I like to pay attention because I might do it as my status in a couple of days, and then I'll give you a
Facebook
credit.
update.
I'll give you a credit. Well, let's listen to your music before you get on this airplane to California.
Okay.
And we may never see you again.
Right on. So this song is called "Only You," which I didn't actually write specifically for the movie. I actually wrote it for my beautiful fiance, of all things.
From Mississippi.
From Mississippi.
From the great state of
Absolutely.
Mississippi, the Magnolia State.
Yeah, I mean, they always
Good
said the
choice.
most beautiful girls are the Southern girls, and they were pretty much spot on. But so I actually wrote it for her, and when I got the script and I sat and read the script, I went, there's a moment in the film's about addiction, and there's a moment where one of the lead characters has to confess to God about her addiction, which happens in the 12 steps.
Right.
And it very much fits that mold. So cool.
Good.
It's called Only You. Should I just get on to getting up?
Let's just hear the song.
They say letting go is easy. The world where holding on gets so hard to do. Now we'll never need a reason to keep on falling in love with you. 'Cause I've been running for so long from the ghosts that haunt this path I walk upon. Steady feet won't fail me now, 'cause you saved me. Love me, yes you do, like only you know how. Pockets full of memories. Keep your back in my photo in mine. 'Cause I've been running for so long from the ghosts that haunt this bed I walk
Let's go.